Hallo Reven. Hello, oops. Hello everyone. Hallo allemaal. Welcome to another Hatha practice with me and my Ruby. Yeah, I was a little bit in dubio today. Yes or no on the porch. Then I thought, okay, I'm gonna go to the studio and start recording there because it was getting so cold. But then the sun came out and I changed my mind. I'm like, no. Want to do it here, as long as it is doable. Anyway, so here we are, another Hatha practice. Don't really have a name or a certain topic for it. If anything, maybe, working on the legs, working on core, so a little strong and a little stretchy. Yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it. Okay, baby Rubes, go down, go in Shavasana. Come, we will start in Shavasana. Go down, come on babe. Let's go lay down in Shavasana. Okay, get down, down. Ga maar, goed zo. Get down. Get down. Fantastisch. Goed zo, Cookie. Hartstikke. Even zo. Yeah. Good girl. Stay. Nobody can see me. Doesn't matter in Shavasana. Here we go. So, let me turn around. Then I won't be laying at Ruby's butt. So, start in Shavasana. Nicely on your back. Let's arrive after all these little shenanigans. So find your spot. See if you can really relax your legs. Maybe wiggle them around a little bit. Maybe wiggle your hips. Find that sweet spot where nothing is hurting. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. And really start listening to everything around you. Take all the sounds in. Really arrive and consciously start this practice of working your body and gradually and simultaneously get better at working your mind. Start observing the breath. Nicely in and out through the nose. Filling the belly. Your belly moves forward. And retracts on your exhale. A lot of wind here, so our strong and stretchy practice might have to turn a bit more into a grounding practice or an extra challenge again to keep centered, not being distracted by the wind. Observe your breath. Notice the breath at your nose. Relax your cheeks, your jaws. And then go ahead and Take your soles of your feet to the floor, to the mat, and grab your block. Yes, we're going to bring this in between the thighs, the small way, and we're going to work with the breath here for a little longer. We are going to inhale and move our hips up into bridge, and then we're going to exhale at the top, and we're going to exhale completely at the top, and maybe even try to move the breath underneath our ribs, really trying to pull it up underneath the ribs. And then while you keep that breath in retention, you lower down your hips to the floor, and your next inhale will then lead you up again. The hips go up. So I'll guide you through it. So your soles of the feet are on the mat, your hands, arms are beside you. On an inhale, we rise up with our hips into bridge. Up here, we start our exhale. Belly button to spine. Maybe try and lift the breath a little under the ribs. Hold it. While you're holding this breath, return your hips back to the mat slowly. And then inhale back up. Exhale up here. Hold it. Lower the hips back down. Inhale, fill up again, up. Exhale, belly to button to spine, up. Your hips are still up. Holding the breath there. Releasing to the floor. Good. And on your inhale, fill up again and send those hips up. So try this at your own pace, maybe 3-4 more times. Filling up, releasing everything on the way up. Exhaling at the top. Bring it going back down. And then releasing everything on your inhale and fill up one more time. Exhale at the top. Maybe pull even a little under the ribs. Hold that breath, lower your hips. Inhale back up. Last time. And back down. And just release everything and breathe normal for 2 breaths. Good. And now let's just take a few in and out of bridge with the breath. So combining it with the breath. Linking our movement to the breath. So inhale up. No retention, just exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. You can still engage your buttocks when you get up there. Exhaling down. Let's take 4 more. Last one. Good. All right, and then take the block out and just windshield wipe the knees from left to right. If you have the space, if there's no big furry animal in your way, just windshield wipe the legs out a little bit. Good. And then come to your side, push up, and come to an easy seat. Let's first just stretch our arms up from our head, fingers interlaced, stretching all the way up, upper arms next to our ears. Maybe we want to stretch a bit to the right, not too far, just left, feeling that nice little stretch, energizing, waking up the body. Good. Okay, and then let your arms go. Then just take your feet out a little like this. And for the hips, we're just gonna take your right knee, I'm trying to mirror here, so your right knee first out and back to the middle. And then your left knee first out and then to the middle. Good, and then just repeat a few times. So first out and then all the way down, if you can. Just trying to lubricate the hips here already a little bit. Let's take one more on each side. So first out and then back into the floor. Good. Now come back to your easy seat. And for the shoulders, we're going to take our arms to the side and we're going to see if we can stretch them a little bit backwards. So you feel your shoulder blades coming towards each other. So you just bring them not too far, just that you feel your shoulder blades coming together like this. Good. And then when you go to the front, you're going to wrap around, really curve through that upper back. And now you have, for example, your left arm on top. And then you open up again, a little arch to the front. And then you curl and you take your other arm on top. And you try to hold on to your shoulders and really round through the upper back. Good. And you even, you round also through the whole back really a little bit. And then inhale, come up, find those sits bones nicely up. And then open the arms, bring them a little bit backward. Feel those shoulder blades drawing together. Good. And then bring it up. Change every time, changing which arm is on top. And then like just rounding the back, rounding in the upper back too. And inhale up. And just take a few of these. So with the breath, inhale, opening the arms. Exhale. Hugging your shoulders, rounding through the back. Inhale up. Exhale, round and hug. Inhale. Open and reach out. Exhale. Good. Every time, alternating which arm is up. Getting a little movement in the upper back, actually through the whole back, but rounding that top part of your back. Can feel nice and then open up. Good. Alrighty, so work that open a little bit. Now to strengthen a little around the upper back, I had in mind for a little warm up just to do a few scapula push-ups. So let's come to all fours. Bring your knees a little more backward. So you're a little bit in an angle. Yeah, like a half plank. A plank, low plank, with your knees down to the ground, backs of your feet on the ground too. And it's only a very small movement, but here again, you try to find that feeling where your shoulder blades come together, but you are not bending your elbows. So you keep the strong arms pushing through the mat, just letting your chest, as it were, work towards the floor, so your scapula are getting coming close together, and then you push them back out. You're rounding that upper back again. Good. So take a few more here. And with the breath, you can have an exhale when you lower down, when you sink in between your shoulder blades, keeping those straight arms, and then on an exhale, inhale, you push back out. You push through that top part of your back, rounding the shoulders and the shoulder blades. So take maybe 4 more. Keeping your arms straight, pressing those hands into the mat. I lost count, but let's do 1 more. Good, and then come sit back on your feet for a moment, or however you feel pleasant in a seated position. So let's just roll the shoulders a little backward, a little forward. I felt them warming up, so I hope you felt it too. It's a tiny movement in a way, and the initial awkward part of it is that you keep those arms straight. Anyway, so our shoulders are nicely warmed up. Yeah, I want to go back indeed. I see I forgot a little bit of a cat-cow. I mean, we did a sort of seated cat-cow, but let's take one more cat-cow, but this time with our fingers pointing backward, like this, if that's available. If it's not available, see, you know, take them just to the front or a little bit more turned out. Just see where you can go. And then we're just taking a few. It's not a cat-cow, sorry. It's just all fours, and we're taking some circles to the right. So let's take 5 circles to the right. 2 more. And then let's do 5 to the left. And in this position, think of still engaging that belly button towards the spine. We don't want to be really swaying here like this, everything loose, but let's stay in that neutral position with a little engagement in the lower belly. Sorry for my talking. I think 3 more. Good. Okay, that's that. Alrighty. The next one will be, we'll do a little flow, and I hope you'll be able to see it, but I think so. I'm gonna let Ruby stay here, and maybe she'll do a little down dog with me. So anyway, the flow that I had in mind is we come to all fours. We come to all fours. We move, I'll first show it one time. We move forward into up dog. So keep pushing through those hands, up dog. Then we curl the toes under and we come to a plank. Good. Then we push back into down dog. Then we come back to all fours and push back into child's pose. And then we repeat that. So we come up to all fours and go through all fours really on your way to up dog. Curl the toes under, engage that core, come into plank. And then exhale down further to down dog. Inhale, knees to the ground. Exhale, child's pose. So let's take this this flow about 5 more times, and then we will continue and get up and going. So let's just flow nicely with the breath, really linking your movement to your breath. If at any moment your breath is a little shorter, then also make your movement shorter. We don't want to manipulate the breath. We want to follow our breath, and we want to manipulate our movement to the breath. Okay, so here we go. So inhale, exhale, plank, down dog. Inhale, knees to the floor. Exhale, child's pose. And when you go slow and with the breath, you might notice that there is a moment for you to be able to hover after your down dog. So slow inhale down. Exhale to child's pose. Good. Continue for 3 more. Push through those hands when you go up into your plank. And when you're in your down dog. Let's take the last one. Good. Come back to all fours. My sweater is not cooperating. Okay. It is a very good one. It's the one with a wind layer underneath. Anyway. From all fours, let's come into a squat if that's available to you. So come, place your foot as wide as your mat, and either come down all the way in your squat if that's available, or maybe you're here, that's fine too. Then you stay here and make sure your hands are helping you a little here, keeping you up. So either here or here. And when you're halfway here, you can also take your elbows to your knees. Maybe just move them a little to the outside, making sure the knees are tracking the toes. And otherwise, what was that? If you're down here, see if you can, like this, just open the hips a little bit with your elbows, stretching a little bit outward. Just a few. Good. All right. Now place your hands back to the mat and just, whether you were here or all the way down, stretch your legs or keep a little micro bend. And then take your hands to your waist. And on an inhale, come halfway up. And exhale all the way up. Good. Alrighty. We are up. I don't think I need that. It's really pretty nice if the temperature is not going to drop. It's, I think it's 8 degrees Celsius, but sunny and no cold wind. So, yeah, it was doable. Yesterday it was -7, not so doable. So, and that is in Celsius, mind you. I have no clue about Fahrenheit. Okay, so we are up. Let's continue with our standing poses. So let's take a wide stance, like a leg's length in between the feet. Feet are pointed outward, yes. And then let's come down in our goddess. So really nice, deep bend in the knees. Maybe you're here, and over time we will try and sink a little deeper in the hips. So for now, just stay here in your goddess. You can either have your arms up here, but I would like to suggest, since we're holding it here, we're just going to take our left arm and sway to the right. So for you, that is your right arm swaying to the left, right arm swaying to the left arm swaying to the right. Anyway, so we are keeping that nice bend in the knees. Legs are in goddess position. We're just moving our upper body a little gentle stretch on the side. But we're definitely working here in the legs, warming up inner thighs, your glutes, hamstrings, quads. Good. All right, now let's come here and let's lift the left knee, right knee. Just take a few lifts. Your hips are gonna feel this. If you're done, you're done, and you come out. So let's come all out in one nice inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, and just shake it out, and we'll go back. We'll go back into it, but we'll go more quickly to the heel lifts. So come back to your nice. Maybe you took a few of these to relax the hip flexor. Okay, so take a nice wide stance. Good. Sink into your hips. Bend those knees. Your knees are tracking your feet. You don't want to have this happen. So you really want to make sure your inner thighs are working out, working towards the out. You're turning out from the inside, turning out, rolling your thighs as it may, like backward. Good. All right. Now we were here long holding it anyway. Let's lift the heels one more time. Left, left, right, left, right. Let's take 2 more on each side. Last one. And then let's see if we can raise the heels both. So really feel your collection here in your core. And maybe you use a wall, of course, or a cupboard. And one big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart, and shake it out. We can do that one more time. I'll do it from this side, so then you know what's coming. We'll do the heel lift, and then we'll see if we can lift both heels. And if you're close to the wall, grab a wall or a cupboard. If you need to find your balance, if you need help finding your balance there. So here we go. Nice wide stance, knees out, hips sinking. Good. All right, here we go. Take 4 on each side. So knee lift. See if you can really let those hips sink a little extra time, every time. And then last one on the left, last on the right. And then see, really engage in your core. Engage the glutes. And then see if you can lift those heels up. Good. Maybe you want to hold your belly and your lower back like this. Maybe this brings you more stability. Or maybe just here. Ooh. Good. Okay. And then bring your heels down, and come up out and shake it. That's a heavy one, but it's good. Strong legs. Important. Okay. So we did that. Let's come. First, we are still in our wide stance. First, initially, we had the toes out. Now we're going to point the toes forward. We call that, parallel, I guess. And we're going to warm up for Skandasana. So it's sort of a prep, and you can take your hands to the mat if you want. So we're going to go deep. Maybe just reach for the right foot, come through the middle, reach to the left. Good. To the right. Just find that movement here. It's almost a little bit of a skater. The high-speed skaters. They're staying low, but their legs move out. So we're not moving our legs out, but we're staying that low. Find that engagement, of course, belly button to spine. Good. Now let's stand here let's hold here for a moment so you can feel that nice inner stretch there. Your right knee is tracking your right foot. Help yourself with your hands if it becomes heavy, and then come to the other side. And we'll hold here for a few. Find your breath. Haven't mentioned that. When things get a little tougher, we tend to lose our breath. Good. Now stay low here, and now turn your toes out. See if you can do that. Yes. And then I'll show you. So bend your right. So I'll be mirroring. Bend your right. That works a little better with the position of Ruby here. And see if you can come down. If your heel comes up, that's fine, like this. Make sure the other leg stays straight and your foot is active, like this. Okay. So either your heel is probably up, and we're here in another variation of Skandasana. If you can place your heel down, great. Good. When you're up here on your heel, let's try something here for this moment on the left. Let's sit back on your left butt if you're mirroring me. Right butt, sorry. You sit down, so your whole leg is on the floor. Your straight leg is on the floor. Your buttocks is on the floor, and then see if you can come up, push up. Maybe you help with help of the hands, but this is strengthening our hip, and these little lifts from sitting up to the front. Good. All right, a little different than normal. Good. Okay, now with the help of your hands, it can feel pretty heavy. Move to the other side, because this leg was working so hard. So move to the other side. So you're, in this case now, your left knee is tracking over your left foot, and your other leg is straight, and a foot is active. Good. This knee is tracking the big toe here. We don't want no knee working inside. No, try to keep it out. Good. You can help even with, it can help to have your elbow there, just pushing lightly. And if you're here with your heel up, which you can't see, but which you can imagine, heel up, that's fine too. So hold here, see if you can lengthen through the spine. Find your belly breath. Feel that nice stretch on the elongated leg here. And then, if you haven't already lowered your left heel to the floor, then do that now and then sit back on that leg that is extended. Good. And then again, same exercise, trying to come out of that hip up and sit back again. And out of that hip. I have Ruby to pull myself up. But in the end, you could try and see if you can find that power from within, from your legs. It's also your core helping you. Good. All right. Okay, so now let's come back up. And with the help of your hands, let's bend that extended leg and come back up into this low goddess, if you want to say low goddess. Maybe you rock a little side to side. Good. All right, and then place your hands in front. See if you can really lengthen through your back. Maybe let's turn the heels back so feet are parallel again. Really press through your fingertips here, lengthen through the back, and send those sits bones. You can have a micro bend in your knee. Turn those sits bones up towards the ceiling, finding that stretch. And just be careful, keep a nice micro bend if the stretch is too intense on the hamstrings with straight legs. So a nice micro bend will still do the work. Good. Long neck, long back. And then let's take our hands to our waist. So really engage in your core. Hands to the waist. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, shake it out. Good. So that was a lot of opening, a lot of hip work. So I guess I would have to call this video hip strong now. Everything a little bit. All right, let's come to the top of your mat. Yes, and we are going to come into chair. So I can do that actually to the front, or to the side like this. Let's come into chair. Let's close up our hips and continue. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Send your buttocks as if you're going to sit on a chair. Maybe even lift up the toes so you feel the weight is really distributed towards the back of your foot. Think belly button to spine. Hands can be here. And indeed, then let's twist for you with your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And let's find this twist here, really pressing through the feet, twisting here at the back. If you try and lift up your lower back a little bit, you can find the twist a little higher in your back. Good. And then come back to center and let's take a big inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart and shake it out. Chair is neither a very easy position. All right, so let's take it on the other side. So inhale up and exhale, hands to heart. Good. And then we take our left elbow for you to your right outside knee. So here we go, twisting to the right. Really pressing into those hands. Belly button towards spine, creating some room here to lift your belly up and find that twist a little higher. Find your breath. Good, and then big inhale up and exhale, hands to heart. Good. Our chair to close things up a little bit. All right, let's come to the top of your mat for a normal sun salutation, and then have your block ready a little close by for a little stretch variation in between. But first we'll do the sun salutation one time through, just normal. So let's come to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Step your right foot back. And maybe look forward in this low lunge. And then take your left foot back into down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, little cobra. And exhale, back to down dog. Step your right foot up. And your left foot to meet it. In a nice big inhale. Up, exhale, hands to heart. Let's go right away to the left. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. Stay here in your low lunge. Take your gaze a little forward. Maybe come to your fingertips here. Rocking back and forth a little bit. Good. Plant your palms again and then step back into your down dog. Inhale, step your left foot up. And your right foot to meet it. Nice big inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. And now make sure your block is close by. And we go again. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. And bring your right knee to the floor. Good. Then take your block a little closer. Good. Move your left foot here to the outside of the mat to have a little wider positioning of the foot. So your left foot is at the edge of your mat. And then if you already can come to your forearms here, you can do that. Or you can get a little assistance from the block, putting your forearms on the block. And here we are in locust, really trying to stretch the fronts of our legs, the hip flexors, but also on the other side, the hamstring a little. And then if you want to, you can also curl that toe under of the extended leg in the back and then push up for a more intense stretch. Find your breath. And release the knee to the mat. Put the block to the side for a moment and then come more upright. And have your left hand comes next to your left foot. So your foot can come in a little again. Doesn't need to be on the outside of your mat again. So your left foot comes in. Your left hand is placed next to your left foot. And then you are opening here on the right side. Opening with that right arm. Finding a nice stretch on your right side body. Maybe looking at your hand. Seeing if we can open maybe a bit more. Opening here in the shoulder. Still thinking to keep our shoulder a little ways away from our ear. Feeling mostly the nice stretch here on that side body. Good, and then bring that arm back. Frame your foot, curl your toe back under. Step your left foot back into down dog. Come forward into plank. Exhale down to the floor. Inhale, little cobra. And exhale, back to down dog. Good. Step your right foot up. And then your left. And then one nice inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. And let's take it to the other side. Good. We will continue after this last one right away into our active inversion. But I'll lead you through it. So let's just finish our last sun salutation on the left. Here we go. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Inhale halfway up and exhale, fold. Step your left foot back and take that left knee down to the floor. Good. Move your right foot to the edge of your yoga mat. Take your hands on the inside of that front leg and take a block if you need it. But then see if you can come with your forearms either to the floor or with the help of a block, bring the floor towards you. And stay here for a moment with the back knee on the mat. Really make sure your front knee that is bent is not splaying out, but really press through that feet. Feel that nice bone there under your big toe. Feel that toe, the bone on the little toe here. Really make sure they are pressing into the mat. Keeping your knee close to your shoulder, your right shoulder. Good. All right. You have found your breath here now in this position. Now let's curl the toes under of the back leg and see if we can stretch it. Only if that feels good. If it's too much and you think over here with the knee down is perfectly fine, absolutely stay there. Even, don't worry, maybe you need 2 blocks. That's also totally fine. Everybody is different. Everyone is at a different stage in their yoga journey. So maybe you do want to straighten that back leg. So let's take that for a few breaths here. Really stretching the front of your left thigh. Preparing us for the back bend that is coming, where we're going to open through the front body. Good. Okay, so place your knee back or your foot back. If you were up, put your blocks to the side. Bring that foot back in, so your right foot moves in a little, and you're framing that foot with both hands. And your right hand stays here next to your right foot. And then we're just going to open by lifting our left arm up, and over, and seeing if we can find that nice stretch all the way from your front body here on the left, the whole thigh, your hip flexors here, the sides here, your everything on the left. Big side body stretch. Find your breath, and maybe indeed come to the fingertips. And I noticed I was really dumping in that front hip. Don't do that. That's my tendency to being hypermobile. I never thought I was, but apparently I am kinda. It doesn't mean that you're super flexible. It's just that you can sink too easily into your joints and put the wrong strain on them. Anyway, so see if you can pull up here in that lower pelvis, in your lower abdomen part. Pull up there. And pull your right hip a little backwards. So see if you can square it off. Square the hips a little more. If you had pocket lights on those hips, they would shine straight through. Okay, so sorry. That needed some additional comments indeed, because I noticed I was doing it wrong. So find that nice stretch. Sometimes it can feel great to stretch so deep, but it is actually not that great. So keep that engagement here in the hips. See if you can pull that right hip back a little. Feel that nice side body stretch. Good. All right. Enough of that. Plant your palms. Curl your toe under in the back. And then push back into down dog. I kept you too long in there because of my babblings. Now inhale back to the front. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, little cobra, and exhale. We're going to push back into down dog and prepare yourself. We're going to stay here for a little bit. We're going to continue onward to our active inversion. And I'm not going to keep you much longer. Let's lift that right leg up. Bend the knee and then open the hip. Good. And then bring that knee back to the front in the middle, as if you want to bring it to your nose. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. So back up, bend the knee, open the hip. Keep pushing through those hands. Exhale, knee comes back to the nose. Inhale, leg goes up, bend the knee, open. And on your exhale, bring that knee back to the nose. Good. Push back into down dog. Good. And let's take it on the left. So left leg up, bend the left knee, open the hip, and bring it forward towards your nose. Inhale up, bend the knee, open the hip, and exhale to the front. Press through the hands. Inhale, leg goes back up. Bending the knee, opening the hips. And exhale to the front. Good. Press back to down dog 1 more time. Press through both hands. I know it's heavy. We're going to go down now. 1 more breath here. See if you can feel the breath move a bit more through your body. Through all the stretches, maybe we removed some blockades, and our breath can move a little more with ease. Bring your knees to the floor and push back into child's pose. And stay here. Really relax your shoulders, your neck. Most of all, find your breath. Return to your breath. Notice how the breath pushes your belly out towards your thighs. And how it creates room on your exhale. Maybe you even can notice your breath moving into the sides of your lower back on the inhale. Maybe you feel some sensation there in the lower back because of the breath being able to move. Just try to stay connected with your mind to your breath here for 3 more breaths. Good. And then press up a little, but don't come up all the way. Let's move forward onto our belly. And our forearms are on the floor. And we're straight away in our next position in Sphinx. So our feet are hip width apart. Let's just rock those hips from side to side a little bit. Keep press through the forearms. See if we can find that long neck, so the crown of your head is leading a little bit slanted forward. Your chin is a little tucked, not too much, but a little bit. Your gaze is slightly in front of your hands. Keep pressing through those forearms. Your belly button is engaged towards the spine. Good. All right. And then when you're ready, you can bend your right knee and see if you can grab the inside of your foot with your right hand and work that heel towards your butt. You can even you can pull like this, or you can bring your elbow up and see if we can bring that foot towards our butt. Nice stretch on the front. Keep pushing through that arm. Find your breath. Good, and then slowly release that foot back down, and let's take it on the other side. So bend the left knee, and with your left hand, reach for the inside of your left foot, and then return backward. Really, push through that front arm. Your lower belly is engaged, and then see if you want work that foot a little more close, or sometimes this stretch is already enough. But if you want to, you can bring that foot down, bring your elbow up over the foot, stretching the front of your thighs. Really thinking belly button to spine. Pushing through that front arm. Good. All right, and release. And for those of you who want to try, let's come into bow with both legs up. Let's bring your chin to the mat. Reach for your feet. Here we go. Or for your ankles. Reach for your ankles. Flex the feet. Think of belly button to spine. Buttocks engaged, and then as if you want to lift those heels towards the ceiling, and you're going to try to push those heels up towards the ceiling on your inhale, and on your inhale then automatically your shoulders will rise a little up too. So keep pushing with those heels towards the ceiling. Find your breath. Notice the rocking on the inhale and on the exhale. Good. All right, and then release. Turn your head on your right cheek, and let your arms and legs go for a minute. And then carefully turn your head back into neutral. Bend your legs. Grab your ankles with your hands, and let's do it one more time. So belly button to spine, buttocks engaged, pressing your pelvis into the floor, and you're on an inhale sending the soles of your feet up high, lifting in the front, finding your breath. One more breath. And release, and turn to your other cheek, and let go of your ankles, and slowly let your feet return back to the mat. Good. Find your breath. And then be careful lifting your head and bringing your head back into neutral position. Your arms come forward, and your forearms slide over each other under your forehead into crocodile. And you can rock your head from side to side. And then you can take your feet up to the ceiling and sway those from side to side. Very nice. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to bring our hands under our shoulders, and we're going to push back into child's pose in a wide child's pose. So toes, big toes together, knees a little wider. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take, I'm going to try and mirror again. And I'm going to take it like this. So toes, big toes touching, arms come for a moment to the front here. Legs are wide. We're going to take you're going to take your left arm and bring it up, and then thread the needle to the right, and then just lay down and if you're here with your hips up, that's totally fine too. Just find where you are comfortable. Maybe if you are with your hips up, you also need a block under your head. Or maybe you are here on the floor like this. Find that breath down in the belly. Notice what you feel in the upper part of your torso, the shoulders, your mid-back. Good. And then to come out, bring that extended arm. Your right arm was extended in the front. Take that back and then push up and out. And let's take it on the other side. I'll do it like this. So we're going to take our right arm and slide it under our left arm to the left. And come to an inner twist here. Or you're up here with a block under the head. Or you're all the way down in your child's pose with a twist. Find that breath again. Notice what you feel. Notice if you feel any tension anywhere, and could you send your breath there, and on your exhale really see if you can relax that part. Let go of any other tension. Good, and then bring your extended arm, your left arm back under your shoulder and then push up out of your twist. Good. And then let's come back, push back on your butt from your child's pose into, let's see, your, in this case, I hope you can see me with Ruby here. All right, in this case, your right leg is in front and your left leg is behind you in deer pose. So let's maybe see if we can see it a little better from this angle. So your right knee is in front and your right leg is in front and your left leg is to the back, just like this in deer pose. Good. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take a side stretch, and actually, you know, your foot and your knee, they can also totally touch. We don't need to be all the way up here in 90 here, just anywhere where you can sit comfortably. And we're gonna push up. So we're gonna initially with our right arm take it to the back, and then stretch your left arm over and reach to the back. Feel that nice stretch on your hip flexor, front body, and come back. And then we need to switch the legs around, so it's a little mobility, lubrication for the hips here too. And then we take it on the other side. So we put our left arm back and our right arm comes over and we reach out to the back. And let's keep on moving in this movement with the breath. So inhale. And exhale, shift to the other side. Inhale and reach. And exhale, move through the hips all the way back to the other side. And reach. And exhale. And reach. Exhale. And inhale, reach. And exhale back to the mat, just slowly. Inhale and reach. Let's take it one more time on each side. Inhale and reach. Roll to the middle. Inhale and reach with your right. Good. Okay. And come back to the middle. Let's come take our feet into butterfly for a moment. You don't need to be super tight with your ankles up in here. Up in here. A real Pittsburghian. Up in here. But a little to the front is totally fine. Just make sure the soles of your feet are close together, and then take your arms up and let's just come forward, just hinging from the hips, reaching with the arms, and let them go right away and fold over to the front. I was almost forgetting our forward fold. And just let your hips hang out here. Sometimes it can feel good to put a little support under the knees here so your hip flexor can completely relax. And let your head hang. Feel the stretch all over your back, from your sacrum, all the way through every little vertebrae. Let your head hang heavy. Just keep your mind focused on the breath, nice and easy. Good. And to come out, first place your head in a neutral position. For the rest, you're not doing anything. You're just getting your head a little higher in neutral position. Good. And then take your hand palms and help yourself back up to seated. Good. All right. We are heading into our supported bridge. So keep that block with you. Coming to the end here. All right. We're taking a little point-to-point breathing relaxation after our supported bridge with inverted actions. So let's come to your back. Soles of your feet on the floor. And then lift your hips. Put the block under your sacrum. Make sure your arms are active, your shoulders are curled under. And here we go, you know the drill. Lift your feet up, maybe just notice how that block can help you massage a little bit your area there around the sacrum and your lower back. Good. And then extend your feet to the ceiling. Don't need to be straight legs, don't need to be pointed feet, just let them hang out. A little inverted action. Active arms, shoulders curled under, so we don't have any gravity pressure on our neck. Gravity from our legs up and pushing down on our body. Ooh. Focus on the mind, on the breath. Noticing the breath at the tip of your nose. Wind is picking up. An extra challenge to stay with your practice, stay with your breath. And I notice my legs are pretty tired, so take your feet down, Carefully take the block out from under your hips, put it to the side, and then get comfortable for our guided relaxation in Shavasana. Really make sure you are comfortable. If that means socks, blanket, maybe a blanket roll under your knees to relieve the front of the thighs, or maybe a little elevation under the head, do it. Get yourself comfy. We won't be here super long, so stay with me. I promise, just 5 minutes. In a normal Hatha practice, we do really take 10 to 15 minutes. But just let's start and find your stillness. Just letting your mind rest on your breath. The breath coming in through the nose and out. Noticing the cold air in your nostrils on the way in. And the warmer air through your nostrils out on the exhale. Send your breath to your belly. Filling the belly. Exhaling, emptying the belly. And then focus your attention to the crown of your head. And on an exhale, exhale all the way down to your toes. As if you're traveling through your body down to your toes on an exhale. Inhale back up to the crown. Exhale down to the toes. Inhale to your eyebrow center. Exhale to the toes. Forgive me, we're gonna exhale, we're gonna inhale back up to the top of our head, to the crown of our head. And we're gonna exhale to our ankles. Inhale to the crown. Exhale to your knees. Inhale to the crown. Exhale to the base of your spine. Inhale to the crown. Exhale to your navel center. Inhale up to the crown. Exhale to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale to your throat. Inhale and exhale to your eyebrow center. Inhale to the crown. Exhale to your throat. Inhale. Exhale to your heart. Exhale to your navel center. Inhale, exhale to the base of your spine. Inhale up and exhale to your knees. Inhale up. Exhale to your ankles. Inhale up. And exhale all the way down to your toes and beyond your toes. Just breathe. And then start to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. Roll to your side. One breath here. Good. And then press up to seated. All right. Come to a nice upright seated position. And then take your hands to heart and let's fold forward to seal in the benefits of your practice. Come up. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you feel a little better after, or maybe the same, just a bit more centered and stretched out, maybe even a little bit stronger in the legs. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you next time. Who knows, hopefully still here, and otherwise some different surroundings. All right, thank you very much. See you next time.